Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Now, I just not too long ago started a live about Kanye, and then it got interrupted because I had to run out due to my daughter having like a little issue at school. I went and checked on it. She's good. Thank you, everybody who was asking me. The school basically blew it up out of proportion, like way bigger than what it was. But, she's fine, and we back to business. So, let's get back to this Kanye thing. I'm going to replay the first part of my initial live because I'm going to end up private in that video because I just want it to be one concise video that we talk about this. I get y'all opinions. We get down to the nitty and gritty of it all, and we get down to business. So I'm going to replay the first part of it, and then I'm going to jump back in with the rest of my thoughts about this tomfoolery that is going on around town. But yes, we're doing a part 2 because I got to get more in depth, and we're going to get on into this gig now. Hey, what's up, Puffs all over. So guys, a quick thoughts and opinions on this whole Kanye West fiasco. Now, as you guys know, Kanye has been going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs all over social media since he lost Kim Kardashian, and it seems like he's been in a pickle ever since. He's been vowing to get his family back by stalking her, moving next door to her, and doing a lot of antics to try to get her attention. Now, while he's been trying to get Kim Kardashian's attention and somehow get his family back, he has also been battling with the companies that he has aligned himself with to do these deals, such as Yeezy, Balenciaga, and these other companies like Gap and so on and so forth. He accused Adidas of making other Yeezy similar type shoes, but selling them at a lower price point. He got into it with Gap because he wanted to put the clothes in garbage bags, and he wanted people to dig through garbage bags like they were homeless looking for clothing. And he got into it with a lot of these companies because of his creative direction not being adhered to. He has went against advisement of his team, and he has basically cut off most of the people in his team and only aligned himself with yes men and people who are going to say yes, we agree with everything you say, and so on and so forth. In the midst of him going on a tangent, he has made a mockery of Black people on several occasions. He has made a mockery in basically telling Black people that y'all are fools, but I know that you guys are still going to buy my crappy looking shoes anyways, so I can shit on you in your face, and then you will still back me up, and you will still make excuses for my behavior. On the flip side, he then wants to get the acceptance of white media by making a mockery of Black people, but then he didn't get his way on certain areas of his business scope. So then he got into a tissy, threw a hissy fit, and started to wish DEFCON on the Jews and saying all kind of remarks about them. In the midst of him saying these remarks around the Jews, he had made remarks about George Floyd, saying that George Floyd died of fentanyl instead of asphyxiation, which was proven by the court. He then went on a tangent about, the media and things like that. And everybody said, hurrah, hurrah, freedom of speech, he's proven this grandiose point that we didn't already know. Somehow, Kanye needed to go on to Drink Champs and all of the other podcasts. In order for us to know that Jews run shit, we needed Kanye to prove this grandiose point that if you went against them, they wouldn't tolerate it. Even though we've seen throughout history that Black people don't have a lot of ownership in much of anything. We don't stick together in a lot of our points. We don't stand in solidarity when disrespect is had. We are divided all the time. And even though there is a history of Jews not accepting people, disrespecting their culture, we needed Kanye to make this grandiose statement to somehow prove this point that they run shit. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but I didn't need Kanye to go on Drink Champs to know that the Jews run shit. And I did not need him to do much of stalking with Kim Kardashian, playing the black card when convenient, to realize any damn thing. So for me, when I see all of these, oh my God, he's such a genius. Oh my God, he's proven a point. What point didn't we already know? We already knew that we tolerate disrespect, and we already knew that they don't tolerate disrespect, and we already knew that they are the powers that be that run this shit. So what the hell point didn't we know that we needed him to do all of these antics in order to get the point across to us? I don't get it. So, in the midst of it, you have a lot of Kanye West supporters who, no matter what he do, how ridiculous the antics are, they are going to stick beside him regardless, because people love nothing more than somebody so-called sticking it to the system. A lot of people are in positions to where they are angry about the position that they are in, so they love nothing more than somebody who's gonna stick it to the man, and they love nothing more than an underdog revolutionary story. Me, however, I think it's a crock of BS. It's all rooted in ego. Okay, and it's not for the benefits of anybody other than Kanye. I don't think this is some grand scheme to open up doors for black people. I don't think this is some grand scheme to make us realize that we don't have the power, because we already freaking knew that, and we should have already knew that. I don't think this is anything other than a temper tantrum because he can't get his way. I feel like he wants to be with Kim Kardashian, and it's been a spiral effect thereafter, period. And all of these theories that I keep seeing is just a huge disappointment from people, because it breeds all of these excuses and, oh, you're too young to understand and you don't know what you're talking about because you're young. First of all, I'm 35. I'm not that damn young. Number two, if you're fooled by his antics, being that many people are fooled by his antics, every time he does a rollout on his album, he does the same antics and people are fooled by it time and time again. So I'm not surprised that people are fooled by his antics and think that it's this grandiose big scheme of things, but I'm sick and tired of it. And I'm so sick and tired of people feeling like because he's black, we have to stick beside him. He don't give a fuck about you being black. He don't give a damn about your leverage in the game. He don't give a damn about closing a door that should have been open for you with these antics. So I'm not going to give a damn about the latter. Period. Because none of these antics are for the betterment of anybody. A lot of people are like, oh, he knew exactly what he's doing. He purposely wanted to get out of all of his contracts. He purposely had to do this. What part of him getting out of his contracts made him obligated to make a mockery out of black people? If he wanted to just throw away millions and millions of dollars, why didn't he funnel millions and millions of dollars into making a school where it is affordable for black and brown people to go to? Instead, he has a highly sophisticated, unaccredited, the school is not even credited academically, school, and he has it to where the tuition is $15,000, so the average black person can't even attend if they wanted to. Okay, why, if he just wanted to throw away money and get out of his contracts, why did he just not do his contractual obligations? He could have simply said, fuck y'all, I'm not adhering to y'all contractual obligations. I'm going to do what the fuck I want. And in another way, he did not have to make a mockery out of black people to do that. Okay, and if he wanted to throw away money, he could have threw away money into a public school for black kids to go to. So all of the stuff that I be seeing that y'all say, it really grinds my gears to the core. It grinds my gears to the core because it doesn't make sense. Y'all just hear somebody say something and just run with it. And just, oh, he's genius. Oh, he's this. Oh, he's that. When a lot of that stuff is a crock of BS. He's telling y'all that this is, oh, let me put clothes in a garbage bag, and this is just the end all be all greatest thing ever. This is so genius. Oh, let me no. He uses black when it's convenient and shits on y'all when it's not. They use the black card interchangeably. One day is, oh, because I'm a black man, this and that. Then you get in these spaces, okay, you align yourself with these companies, okay, and then, oh, they don't want me to, put my clothes in a garbage bag, so let me throw a hissy fit. Let me do this. Let me, be fucking for real. Be fucking for real. I'm so sick and tired. So sick and tired of seeing all of this nonsense down my timeline. And he tells you time and time again on when he wants to control from my opinion. Now, my opinion is opinion, and everything that I have said is opinion, and it's not facts, okay? It is my opinion. But from my opinion, he wants to be able to control Kim Kardashian and their relationship, their union, and he wants to have that alliance. He wants to be with her. And when he loses control, he uses y'all to sick like attack dogs because he knows that y'all don't like Kim. He knows that y'all don't like the family. He knows that y'all have this vendetta. So he uses y'all anytime he can't control Kim or the family to be sick dogs, and then he turns right back around to rub it in your face that you are not his fucking choice.
She could love this dude, not just because he's ugly, he's not black. She likes black guys. Every guy that she, is with looks exactly the same. Ray J, Reggie Bush, at that time, Kanye West, she has a type, just like how I have a type. Like a lot of my girls look kind of similar to her because in a video game character, people have their type, right? So I knew that this was like
the princess has a type and she likes Mario.
Right, there you go.
As somebody cares for you,
she could love this dude, not just because he's ugly, he's not black. She likes black guys. Every guy that she, is with looks exactly the same. Ray J, Reggie Bush, at that time, Kanye West, she has a type, just like how I have a type. Like a lot of my girls look kind of similar to her because in a video game character, people have their type, right? So I knew that this was like
the princess has a type.
Ciao. So anytime I see all of these black women windmilling for him, this is a game to him, to me. And in this game, at the end of the game, he is going to win his white queen. And he's going to be back forgetting about you niggas after that. But he needs y'all to be attack dogs because it helps his bottom line. I could do any bullshit that I want, and if I don't get my way, I could sick them on her because they don't like her anyways. But if I get her, I'm going to forget about these niggas again like I did the last few however long. And it's sickening. It's sickening. But yeah, it's been a lot going on. Candace Owens, she interchangeably uses the black card interchangeably as well. She defended the whole Yeezy's severing of the ties. Hold on, wait. Hello? All right, so that was the first part of what I said on my live, but I wanted to come back and continue because it got interrupted because we were about to get on into some things, and I plan to continue to get on in and push this conversation because I know there was a lot of people who wanted to chime in. So what I left off on my live was how they sit up in your face and post up with a White Lives Matter t-shirt showing you, niggas, we don't give a damn about y'all thinking y'all need equal rights, trying to be funny as if they don't understand the gravity of the statement. Candace Owens is very intelligent. Now, although Kanye West has admitted that he does not read books, etc., he is not damn dumb either. Okay, you don't get to that status and align yourselves and rubbing elbows and brown nosing with certain type of peoples to get to the level and step social climb like he did, being a dummy. He was very knowledgeable in knowing whose elbows to rub and who to brown nose and whatever. So he nor Candace Owens are dumb to the gravity of the statement White Lives Matter. They went to slap it in y'all faces to tell you niggas to sit the fuck down, okay? And stop thinking that y'all need to be going against such and such and such and such, okay? Because I'm sure there was probably some backhanded deal that they wanted to get pushed. So let me shuck and jive for these in front of these niggas' face, okay, and sit their ass down. And then whatever powers that be behind the scenes, I'm just taking a guess. This ain't facts. It didn't go how they wanted it to go. So then it was back to playing the motherfucking black card. Okay? Because both of them know the gravity of that statement. Okay? They know what the difference between a corrupt organization is and what the actual movement represented. Now, you can be an intelligent person and you can understand that although the Black Lives Matter organization probably did not funnel or allocate the funds correctly, you can also be intelligent enough to know that we are disenfranchised and know that we are more than likely to get gunned down. We are unfairly treated in the prison sentence, whole system, the judicial system, okay? And both of them are intelligent enough to be able to differentiate the fact of either or the latter, the organization versus the real life reality of the gravity of the situation. But because they use y'all when convenient, they needed to shit on y'all for some of their white allies. Now, when they didn't get their fucking way on whatever the hell they was trying to do, then it was back to playing the goddamn black card. In my opinion is not facts. So, just to make that clear, that is my opinion of what I assess the situation to be. So as these companies started to sever ties with Kanye West and started to say, look here, you know, you could shit on your own people and that's fine. Because cancel culture is basically based upon the pressure that is put on these companies. If these companies see that you don't give a goddamn, they not gonna give a goddamn either, and they gonna continue to grease their palms. But when they start to think that the pressure comes from the people who are spending the most money and not going to literally keep on greasing their palms, then they gonna sit your black ass down, okay? None of these companies speak up unless the pressure is put on them. That's why when the LGBT got a problem, these companies move because they know that they will stand in solidarity, right or fucking wrong, and put a halt to support of their organization, okay? But they also know on the flip side, they're just going to make a little bit of noise, okay? Half of them don't agree. They still supporting Kanye West anyways. It's not changing our bottom line. So why the hell should we change anything? Okay. But when they see, hey, we got all of these other people who are not tolerating it, our shares are dropping, our stocks are falling, then that's when they start cutting ties. And then that's when the whole black card narrative started to come back. Candace Owens says, as a company, Adidas has every right to sever ties with whomever. That said, they better pay Ye. We are not going to witness Ye's intellectual property be stolen and his life bankrupted while being told black people need to shut up about it or suffer the same consequences. Okay? And then there was a debate about why it took for these anti-Semitic remarks for them to do something about it, and why wasn't him talking about black people enough? Well, I mean, before I even read any of that, I could tell you right now, because black people ain't holding him accountable, so why the hell else would anybody else hold him accountable? If y'all not gonna hold your own people accountable, why the hell else should they give a goddamn? But let's read it for shits and giggles. So this person says Kanye's downfall is not coming from all the disparaging things he said about the black community. Intraracial convo. Y'all weren't willing to hold Kanye accountable for what he said about the black community. And Scotty Beam says, I wish being anti-black held this much weight. Well, if black people had ownership of these organizations, if we owned the distribution companies that was distributing these shoes, it would hold weight. If we held in solidarity and did not tolerate disrespect, it would hold some type of weight. If we started to, instead of going to Adidas, going to black companies and partnering with black companies, it would. You don't see Kanye West trying to team up with a black company and bringing his designs there and distributing it. No, he wants the acknowledgement and the cosign from these white companies, because to him, that means something. So if our products don't mean shit, it ain't gonna mean shit in the after effect of it all in the grand scheme of things. Because if that was the case, you would see Kanye teaming up with black designers instead of trying to team up with these white designers to do so. So anyways, somebody else says, it don't even carry weight with us, Scotty. Sunday service happened after his slavery was a choice comments. He was welcomed with open arms in black spaces, black award shows, black male podcasts after those comments came, because those people agreed with him. And Reagan Gomez is correct. You see so many people saying, yes, anybody who doesn't agree with what Kanye West is doing and anybody who does not agree with the antics that he's doing is a slave, is a sheep. So slavery is a choice. They're all slaves because they don't understand what Kanye West is proving, as if we didn't already fucking know who the hell ran shit. People are like, oh, this opened my eyes because I'm able to see how it is. How didn't you already know how it is? You see black people get gunned down each and every day, and you see people getting convicted at a much, much, much harsher rate that is of black race than a white person. They'll have the same charges. A white boy and a black boy will have the literally same charges, and the sentencing for their punishment would be vastly different. Here the white boy gets off on probation. The black boy gets 50 years for the same bullshit. We've been seeing this. Now, if he wants to dismantle the system, I'm all for him dismantling the system if it was for the betterment of our people. Him going on these whole bitch fits is the betterment of Kanye. This is not a grand scheme of helping out black people in the end. This is not some, let me dismantle the fucking system so that it works better for black people overall. Let me go and shake the table. No, this is, I didn't get my fucking way, so let me throw a hissy fit because I feel like I'm Kanye. I could do what I want. And let's be honest, he has brought value to these brands. So I'm not going to take that away from him like he did not bring value. The shoes is ugly as shit and they still selling regardless because of who he is. You know, he makes a good song and, you know, he has a personality where it is, you know, a certain type of personality that people gravitate to. So he could make the ugliest fucking shoe ever and y'all gonna buy it. So it brings value to these companies. And if, like I said, this was a situation where it was some scheme to better us, then for sure I would be here for it. But because I know it's a crock of shit, and at the end of the day he's gonna be right with the same types that he has been trying to get acceptance from the beginning, then I'm here looking at the thing like, child, anyways, boo. What about his stance on politics and black genocide? You said set it up and you'll be on the panel. Rich people don't care about poor people, and that's taking race out of the equation. But Ye still did all this for a reason. Yes, we can all agree that it's for a reason. It just ain't for the reason that y'all claiming it is. It's for his reasoning. It's for his ego. It's for himself. It ain't for the, he had to prove that Jews are this way. We knew Jews was this way. If you didn't know that Jews operate in the way that they're showing you they operate, then you're the person living under a rock. Because I didn't need him to prove a damn thing to me, because I already know how they get down. So that's the part to me that I don't agree. You know what I'm saying? I posted up a post on my Instagram, and it was a meme that I seen, and I agree with the meme, because that's literally how these Kanye stans try to justify all things Kanye. The meme says this, and this is just a meme. It's not a true event. It's just a meme that somebody said describing the behavior of these Kanye stans who try to make sense of the BS that he does. It says, Kanye shits on the floor, picks it up with his hands and throws it out the window. His fans will rationalize it by saying, y'all might think this is nasty, but y'all don't get it. There's a bigger picture. He's taking all the shit the media has fed him, ejecting it, and then throwing it out the window to represent his growth and separation from those that look oppressed him. He is a genius. Okay? And this meme was literally the ideology to me in a nutshell. Now, again, he didn't literally take shit and throw it on the floor, but this was just a metaphor of how ridiculous people sound when they are saying some of these damn theories, because they try to make sense of the most basic BS to try to make it this big grandiose thing, when at the end of the day, it's all for self, for Kanye. This is no grand scheme of things for anybody but Kanye. This isn't some revolutionary march, and no. Like, no, not at all. But I will open up the StreamYard for some of you guys to chime in, because I know that there was some of you guys who wanted to weigh in. If you are standing with Kanye, you know, you can actually, I'm not going to open up the StreamYard. What I will do, like I did last time, go to my Instagram. My Instagram is neek@night_. If you go to my Instagram right now, you go to my inbox, you leave a direct message, okay? A voice message. Leave a voice message with your thoughts, whether you stand with Ye or not, and give your thoughts that way. If you curse or you say something outlandish, I'm just going to exit out. You know, I'm going to let everybody talk that wants to talk, but be respectful, whatever side you're on, and explain to me what it is. Leave it to 2 voice notes. 1 voice note is 1 minute. Okay, get what you have to say out in 2 voice notes. So press down until you run out of time, then press it again, and then just continue on with your thought through 2 voice notes. My Instagram is neek@night_. I'll check my I will check my DMs and play your voice notes that way. In the meantime, child, it be a lot of tension going on. And when you have this built up tension and you ain't got no man to clickety clack, clippity clack, clickety clack, you could go on over to my website, www.neek@night.com, and get you some adult goodies. Now, over on my website, I have a version of the Rose. It is the Rose 2.0 that can kind of help you wind down and, you know, get yourself out of a tizzy. I also have male toys as well. And you can, you know, get you some Slimmity Slack, Gok Gok from this toy as well on my website. And I even have like little games and stuff for couples. You know, I have the dice, I have the pajamas, and I have several things that you guys can enjoy. Okay, so definitely check that out. Somebody in the comments said, with your logic, hold on, let's see where it went. With your logic, there is no reason to grow. Okay? And nowhere in my assessment did I say that you don't have room to grow. What I said was the antics and the excuses that y'all make are a big crock of shit. And what I said was, this is not some growth thing for the grand scheme of things. This is a fucking hissy fit for somebody who just didn't get their way. Okay? Where has Kanye showed you any growth? Where has Kanye showed you that he has matured in any way? Everything that I see with Kanye is nothing less than what I've always seen. Like I said, Kanye has been for self, in my opinion. But let me go to my DM to see if anybody has sent in a voice message. Okay. And given their thoughts. Let me refresh real quick. Somebody said he gets worse. He hasn't. He got worse. Yeah, it's like what are we talking about? Be for real. All right, Chosen has sent in a voice message. Let's see what she has to say. Again, in order to send in a voice message, go to my Instagram, neek@night_. Go to my DMs and press down the voice note.
Hey, Neek. Love you. Love your channel. I just wanted to say that you're definitely right about Kanye. He did this whole thing to throw a temper tantrum. And if you watch the Drink Champ interview, when he was talking about Jason Lee, he said that how Jason Lee was trying to manage him or manage his media or something like that. And then he goes on to say that no one can manage Kanye but Kanye. And I think that's what's getting in his way right now, because he doesn't have anyone to check him when he's wrong. All of this could have been avoided if Kanye never posted that tweet about the Jews. And Van Layton, that guy from TMZ, he also said that when Kanye came up and said that slavery was a joke or a choice, he also said some anti-Semitic things then, but they edited it out. So yeah, that's just my thought.
Right. She is correct in that. Van Lathan did say that, you know, working for TMZ, they left in the slavery was a choice, but as soon as he said something about them, they did edit it smooth out.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I think he needs to go to a mental institution and get his medication leveled properly. And that's my honest, true opinion on it. I don't think he can do anything properly until he does that.
Okay. So that was Chosen over on my Instagram. And again, if you guys want to submit your thoughts, you could do it via Instagram. That way you can just get your thoughts completely out that way, like that. Let's see what y'all crazy. One thing that a lot of people disagreed with was the fact that his school's basketball team was no longer able to compete. And, you know, I'm kind of on the fence about that, whether or not they should be able to continue, being that Kanye is a representation of them and what he does affect them. But I'm still on the fence on whether they should be able to play and have his actions impact them. So it says basketball players on Donda Academy's team is banned from participating in the high school tournament that once hosted LeBron, Kobe, and Kevin Durant. Kanye's words and actions violates our values. So it says, according to TMZ, the Scholastic Play-by-Play Classics announced that the Donda has been scrapped from this season's schedule, claiming Kanye West's words and actions violate their values as a company and a country. And what we seek to ensure at all of our events, a spirit of diversity, sportsmanship, inclusion, equity, and mutual respect. It says, per the report, the tournament has 5 national locations and has hosted future NBA superstars like LeBron James, Kobe, and Kevin Durant in the past. And it says, this is just the beginning of what appears to be a long road for anyone associated with Kanye. Okay? And so that was a report that came in. And like I said, there was people like myself who's on the fence about how I feel about it. But people will distance themselves. Let's see the next voice note from Unforgettable.
Hey, Neek. Hey, chat. This is Unforgettable. I just wanted to say I feel as if Kanye is being pushed by Candace Owen, and she is putting the battery in his back and using his fame to say what she feels, because it is her agenda. And I feel also that she is setting him up to be the monster that she won't be able to control as she thinks she is.
Interesting outlook.
And I feel that by them taking everything from him and canceling him, he's not going to register it as he's saying something wrong. He's seeing, because he's a narcissist, so he's seeing it as we're picking at him. Kim needs to have him committed. Make him eat a cupcake with his medicine in it or something. He needs to get back on his meds, because just like Charlemagne the God said, he is acting as if a man who does not plan to be here long.
All right. Next voice note comes from Mind to Body.
Hey, Neek. I love your show. I just wanted to chime in and give my opinion on Kanye West. To be honest with you, I'm tired of hearing about him. I think that he does this every so often. I'm sure he will continue to do it every so often, because just like the previous person said, he does these things and he gets away with it because he has no one to check him and keep it 100 with him. Most celebrities have yes men around him, just like he does. I think that he needs to take a step back and take a look at his mental health and get it together. I also believe that people who are egging him on and saying that he is not mentally ill has a mental illness, because how can you not see it? It's apparent.
All right. Anybody who agrees with Kanye, I need you guys to send in a voice note. I don't want it to be one-sided. I do want to hear both sides before I end the stream. So if there is anybody who feels like there is some grand scheme that we're missing the point, we don't get it, we don't know what we're talking about, I like to hear from you guys as well. So in order to leave a voice note, now once I'm not live, don't send me no more voice notes about Kanye. Okay? If you see the live button going on right now, send me a voice note. But if you looking and it's the replay and I'm no longer live, I don't want no more voice notes about Kanye. But if you believe what Kanye is doing is important, you believe that it is meaningful, it is powerful, and somehow we are missing the point, I would love to hear your point of view right now. Go to my Instagram, neekatnight_, go to my messages, send in a voice note, press the voice note down, and send in a quick note, and let me know what your thoughts are. There was some other things that had going on. They had made mention that Kanye West had lost his billionaire status. And when I was looking at the comments, I was so shocked that so many people did not understand how the net worth is calculated. So when you have your net worth, it is the assets that you do have in combination with the assets that you are projected to ascertain. So if I have a deal that over the next few months is going to pay me out $500 million, my net worth is going to include that as well. And that is what adds up to me being a billionaire or not. My projected sales, my projected assets included with my actual assets. So a large portion of the worth is not what you have in the bank. So there was a lot of people who, when it was reported that he lost the Adidas deal, they were like, so what? He's still a billionaire anyways. And I'm like, that's not how his Forbes net worth was calculated. It's not based on what's in his bank account. And there was so many people who was saying like, oh, well, he's still a billionaire. They can't take his billionaire from him. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, what? Huh? I'm like, those numbers are a projection. That's why they get it wrong a lot of times, and they say this person is a billionaire, then they have to fix it because the projected numbers are not accurate. That's why there's discrepancies in the net worth so many times.